Welcome everyone. Today we're going to read the famous book called The 40 Rules of Love, written by Alf Shafak. Okay, so let's get started. So I have here my book and also a prompt of ChatGPT, as you can see on the left. And yeah, that's it. So let's get started. The prologue. Okay. Between your fingers, you hold a stone and throw it into flowing water. The effect might not be easy to see. There will be a small ripple where the stone breaks the surface, and then a splash, muffled by the rush of the surrounding rivers. That's all. Throw a stone into a lake. The effect will not be only visible, but also far more lasting. The stone will disrupt the still water. A circle will form where the stone hit the water, and in a flash that circle will multiply into another, then another. Before long, the ripples caused by one plop will expand until they can be felt everywhere along the mirrored surface of the water. Only when the circle reach the shores will they stop and die out. If a stone hits a river, the river will treat it as yet another commotion in its already tumultuous course. Okay, let's see this one. Copy text, then we'll go for ChatGPT. Also, I have the syllabic, so I can see the pronunciation here. Okay.
Tumult.
Tumult. That means tumultuous. Full noise, confusion, disorder involving excitement, exchange. Tumultuous. After a tumultuous year full of challenge, the team finally achieved the success. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a note for this one. Okay. Tumultuous, full of noise, confusion, or disorder involving so if a stone hits a river, the river will treat it as yet another commotion in its already tumultuous course. Nothing unusual, nothing unmanageable. If a stone hits a lake, however, the lake will never be the same again. For 40 years, Ella, that's the first character, Ella Rubinstein's life had consisted of still waters, a predictable sequence of habits, needs, and preferences. Though it was monotonous and ordinary in many ways, she had not found it tiresome. During the last 20 years, every wish she had, every person she befriended, and every decision she made was filtered through her marriage. Her husband David was a successful dentist who worked hard and made a lot of money. Her husband David was a successful dentist who worked hard and made a lot of money. She had I'm sorry guys. She had always known that they did not connect on any deep level. But connecting emotionally need not be a priority on a married couple's list. She thought, especially for a man and a woman who had been married for so long, there were more important things than passion and love in a marriage, such as understanding, affection, compassion, and that most godlike act a person could perform, forgiveness. Love was secondary to any of these, unless that is one lived in novels or romantic movies, where the protagonists were always larger than life and their love nothing short of legend. Ella's children topped her list of priorities. They had a beautiful daughter in college, Janet, and teenage twins, Orly and Avi. Also, they had a 12-year-old golden retriever, Sprit, who had been Ella's walking buddy in the morning and her cherished companion ever since he'd been happy puppy. Now he was old, overweight, completely deaf, and almost blind. Sprit's time was coming, but Ella preferred to think he would go on forever. Then again, that was how she was. She never confronted the death of anything, be it a habit, a phase, or a marriage, even when the end stood right in front of her, plain and inevitable. The Rubinstein lived in Northampton, Massachusetts, in a large Victorian house that needed some renovation but still was splendid, with five bedrooms, three baths, shiny hardwood floors, a three-car garage, French doors, and best of all, an outdoor jacuzzi. They had life insurance, car insurance, retirement plans, college savings plans, joint bank account, and in addition to the house they lived in, two enviable apartments, one in Boston, another in Rhode Island. Okay, let me see that. Enviable. Okay, so the meaning of enviable. Oh, sorry, I couldn't copy it. Let me do it again. Enviable, that means, okay, yeah, deserving to be admired or wanted to because it's very good, impressive. Okay, fair enough. Let's go for the next one. Enviable. She and David had worked hard for all this. A big, busy house with children, elegant furniture, and the wafting scent of homemade pies might seem a glitch to some people. But to them, it was the picture of an ideal life. They had built their marriage around this shared vision and had attained most, if not all, of their dreams. On their last Valentine's, her husband had given her a heart-shaped diamond pendant and a curd red. To my dear Ella, a woman with quiet manner, a generous heart, and the patience of a saint, thank you for accepting me as I am. Thank you for being my wife, yours David. Ella had never confessed this to David, but reading this card had felt like reading an obituary. This is what they will write about me when I die, she had thought. And if they were sincere, they might also add this. Building her whole life around her husband and children, Ella lacked any survival techniques to help her cope with life worship on her own. She was not that type to throw caution, sorry, to the wind. Even changing her life daily coffee brand was a major effort. All of which is why no one, including Ella, could explain what was going on when she filed for divorce in the fall of 2008 after 20 years of marriage. My goodness. Okay, guys, that was a prologue of the story. We will read in the next time.